Hello, Farnsley Wildcats, and welcome to Farnsley Middle School. I am Carolyn Smith, your principal here at Farnsley Middle School, and I'd like to welcome you and give you a few overviews of what's going on and what to expect. This is our parent meeting for Farnsley Middle, 2022 and through 23. Here at Farnsley, we have a motto which exemplifies our mission statement. And what we stand for is that we are unique, we pursue excellence, we are developing, we are lifelong learners. And all of this together is what Farnsley stands for. And together we are Farnsley. We also have anchor statements, and those anchor statements keep us grounded and focused on one thing and keeping it forward. If we do these things, we are steadfast and able to move forward. That is being respectful, being responsible, and being safe. If we do those things all around in our school culture and community, we are able to respect each other and be responsible for our actions and make them right and make everything safe around us. Moving forward, a couple things I want to overview that I will discuss with you in this presentation. I'll do a brief introduction, talk about how you can best get involved, grades and instructional expectations, teaming model. We'll talk about the teaming model and what a team means. Some of you all could be parents of sixth graders coming in from elementary school. You all could be new to Farnsley Middle School, period, as a seventh or eighth grader that maybe the school that you came from operates differently. We'll also talk about our school structure of our schedule and how to reach out. So jumping right in, Farnsley's teaming structure. We have approximately 1,050 students, and of that, we service three grade levels, sixth, seventh, and eighth. Our building is set up in wings. I don't want to, sometimes you'll hear me say floors, but I don't want you to get the misconception that I have three total floors. There's actually only two floors, but upstairs houses our entire sixth grade, and it's a long hallway of just sixth grade students. Down below sixth grade is our long hallway of only seventh grade students, and perpendicular to the seventh grade hallway is an eighth grade hallway of only eighth grade students. In each one of our hallways, we have three instructional teams, and we'll get into that in a minute, that each team services about 120 students between four teachers. That's your math, language arts, science, and social studies teachers that service four different classes, those four different classes of about 120 students total. They share those students. Now, with that, we also have special ed teacher on each team. We have an assistant principal that services each team, a counselor that services each team, and a behavior coach that services each team. All the classes are on that particular floor. When it is time for that class, that grade level to go to related arts, only that grade level is in related arts or explore classes during that time frame. So since that is the case, seventh graders won't be in class with eighth graders, or eighth graders won't be in class with sixth graders, or whatever. Anytime that you're in your related arts class, you are in there at the same time with other students of your grade level. Okay, so that is how this is broken up. And in addition to those, we also have our support team, and we've got so many wonderful people to support the programs that we have going on. I start by talking about my office staff. We have Jessica Pomeroy, who is our secretary, Tammy Bradley, our attendance clerk, Tammy Brown, the records clerk, Becky Allgood, who is clerk in the office. Olivia Uncleback is our bookkeeper. Billy Grunweld is our health nurse. We have a resource staff such as BJ Mayhew. She is over our youth service center. She's the coordinator over that. Ashley Downs is our mental health practitioner. Sarah Baker is our other mental health practitioner. We have two starting this year. Our safety administrator is Alvin Scott. Mr. Moe and Miss May are our security guards. Thomas Wolkin is our Verizon Innovative Learning School coach. Anytime you hear me say Verizon Innovative Learning School, I'm going to say VILs. So that's what that means. That's the iPad people or what have you. And we'll get into that a little more. Mr. Bowman, Ronnie Bowman, is our athletic director. Our ECE implementation coach is Jan Johnson. Michael George is our community school liaison. Connie Johnson, Renee Jones. I currently have a vacancy. Are our behavior coaches that service each floor, as I explained before. Our administrative staff, I am the head principal, and pretty much my overall role is being in instructional leadership, overall supervision of the entire building, and management of the entire building staff, students, and a little bit of everything, community and family and so forth. Different from elementary school, moving to middle school is that if you could imagine an entire elementary school on a wing. So with that 350 students, I have a wing like it just like an elementary school that services all of those students with the assistant principal and the counselor and the behavior coach. They are the administrators for that floor. What happens on that floor, Mr. Bob and Mr. Smith are well aware. We have two assistant principals on the sixth grade. We were gifted an additional assistant principal, and I thought that was the best way to service in putting that in the sixth grade to help onboard our students and keep us moving. LaQuisha Burks is also the sixth grade counselor, and she services all the students in the sixth grade with counseling needs, any barriers that hinder a student from being successful or worried about school or what have you, or falling behind. She also works on the scheduling for students. In our seventh grade, the administrators over seventh grade are Courtney DeCaster as the assistant principal and Terry Hans as the counselor. In eighth grade, the administrators over eighth grade are Crystal Lanier as the assistant principal and Travis Radistor as the counselor. Now, how do you get involved and stay involved as parents? Well, and as students, well, I suggest that you get involved by joining the PTSA. That is one way that to be honest with you, it is a $5 membership fee. You can sign your grandparents up, your grandfather, your aunts and uncles, your dog, your fish, your bird, your neighbors, anyone in the community who wanted to participate or join the PTSA. The cost is $5, and usually we run in a special where whichever advisory class has the most students that participation in PTSA and membership, then they get a special prize, one per grade level or what have you. So that look for the link to be able to join the PTSA. Again, just $5 to do so. They use that money collectively to sponsor school and student related events such as the school pictures, the school dances, the Kentucky Kids Day, and any rewards for the students, any rewards for the teachers, or what have you. The money that I'm assigned for the year for the building have to only go for instructional and curriculum purposes. I cannot do the fun things. That's where the PTSA gets involved. So I strongly advise that you take advantage of that and put your money there, and even your participation there. We have officer positions available or committee positions. They meet monthly and depends on what committee you're servicing on. They could use your help at different times of year. For instance, if you were on the eighth grade committee to help with eighth grade activities, you may do some planning by the end of this year, but it is really heavy and ongoing starting in March to try to solidify everything else that you need to get done to make the eighth grade activities at the end of the year just that more special. Also, you may consider joining the SBDM, that is the Site-Based Decision-Making Council, and those we do every school does a model of a 3-2-1 model. 3 teachers, 2 parents, 1 administrator. I'm the administrator that services on the committee. I currently have 2 parent volunteer openings. We make the policies and procedures for the building. We review all the policies that we have available. We take a look at those, if there are changes, if there are different considerations, because over time, some of the policies that don't, if they don't get changed, they become outdated. So we really want to hear your feedback and your understanding so that we can move our building and keep us fresh and understanding what is going on. Athletics and extracurricular activities. Maybe you are a sports person and Ronnie Bowman is your person. Maybe you are more academically or athletically. Academically inclined or musically inclined, and you would like to participate in a band, chorus, or orchestra, or the music program, or guitar after school, or chess club after school, or math counts, or what have you, sign up. If there's a club that you don't see, and that's going to be rare because we have over 65 clubs and sports and activities, but if it is one, we encourage you to strum up some support, meaning you need to have at least 10 other students, 10 total students who would like to participate, and ask a teacher who would like to sponsor. If you can't find a teacher, I'll be more than happy to reach out to try to get a teacher to sponsor and get that set up. We also have Parent Advisory Council, which is run through the Youth Service Center. And we have volunteering, where once you pass the volunteer check screen, a background check, then you can come into our building and work directly with our students. There are a lot of parents who end up in the carpool lane very early, about 12:30. I don't know. I would really like to see you come in and read to a group of students on a regular basis or mentor a couple of students. That would be great. I'd let you keep your spot in line and come on in, read, or work with our students and going back out to your car for carpool lane. No problems there as long as you pass the background check. So just so you know, in our schedule structure, the grades and instructional expectations, your child will have 6 classes. There'll be 4 core classes: math, language arts, science, and social studies. And those are taught on their team. And then they'll leave the team for 2 hours, 2 consecutive hours, and have related arts and explore pathway class. The expectation is that you pass all of your classes. You must pass all of your classes. According to the district, you cannot, you must, you must be successful and satisfactorily pass 2/3 of your classes. I, as a parent and administrator, I need you to pass all of your classes. There's no way that you should fail unless you are not trying. So let us help you be successful in moving forward from there. The focus is on mastery of the standards. And so there are multiple ways for you to prove that you completely have mastered that standard, whether it is a written test, a project, a demonstration, or even a verbal test, to be able to prove to us that you have mastered this particular standard. We can consider that as mastery of it and progression, therefore. If we see that a student is in need of additional support, or if they need extension activities, such as they need to be pushed further, we create an individual learning plan for each student to be able to help give them what they need. Again, I stress to you, it is not simply for those who are falling behind, but those who need to be pushed further as well. So, all of that is our plan and how we put things forth. Um, as a counselor, they are looking and identifying, the students are too, on those students who are falling behind or needing a push further. The parents, I ask that you reach out to your counselor, your grade level counselor, to get that started if you are seeing that your child needs a challenge or that they are falling behind. Okay. Teaming concept. So I talked to you about the teaming concept, whereby you have 4 different teachers that 120 kids share. About 30 kids go to each one of the classes each hour. And then after the first hour, it's a different set of kids in the second class, and a different set of kids in the third, and a different set of kids in the fourth, or what have you. Now, if you have an issue or concern regarding one particular class, it is best that you reach out to that teacher and try to resolve that problem through email or a phone call to the school to talk about, this is what I'm having problems with. Can you help me out? And moving from there. If you're having problems with multiple teachers on the team, you would want to reach out to the team leader of the team to ask for a conference to be set up, whether it's virtual or in person, or even a phone conference. You would have a team conference set up with multiple teachers on the team that your child is serviced on, to be able to talk about how to move forward and how to correct a situation that you have or what have you, so that we can do what's best for your child. If that does not work, I employ you to reach out to the sixth grade administrator. That is the sixth grade assistant principal, Mr. Bob or Mr. Smith, or even the sixth grade counselor, who is Miss Burks. So all of those are available to you. And if that does not work, or your child needs more specific or individual help, we have our youth service center coordinator, our mental health practitioner, and outside agencies that we work with. Please understand that we are all here to help you out and to make this middle school transition the best possible. Now, I say all that to talk about the levels and the steps in progression or what have you. But at any time it's not working, I suggest to you to go to the next level. Again, start with the teacher. That's not working. Try the team lead. That's not working, the AP or the counselor. If none of that is working, I ask that you do reach out to me, Carolyn Smith, Carolyn.Smith2 at jefferson.kyschools.us, to see how I can best support and get that taken care of. If you do go directly to the principal myself, that's where I have to do digging. And it can take me a while instead of going to the source to be able to get your situation handled immediately. So that being said, please, please, please go to the source and see how this can best be resolved. Okay. Again, we said we have 24 hours to return your phone call or your communication, whether it's through email or phone call or what have you. But please reach out to us with any comments, questions, or concern. Okay. General life of a sixth grader. I'm talking about sixth grader because they're first thing in the they come first thing in the morning. It's the first time in middle school, but this is typical for any student, quite honestly. School begins at 7:40. If you show up past 7:30, your child may feel behind. So we encourage you to arrive on our campus, be no later than before between 7 and 7:15. That gives them plenty of time to get acclimated, get to their locker, get to the cafeteria to get something to eat, and be able to be ready to go to class, no problems. Fix any issues they may have or what have you, and be ready in class. Though class starts at 7:40, if you drop your child off on campus close to 7:40, they will be late to class and will have to go down for a late slip. So we don't want them to feel frazzled or they're missing something or behind. Please get them here early. Okay. Students do visit their lockers before and after school and on emergency basis. Like if you're in class, you're like, oh my goodness, I left my charger in my locker. Please, teacher, can I go get it? They will sign their Wildcat card to be able to go do so. But they only get so many passes per week for that. So we try to keep them mindful and remember what all they need to bring. All personal and electronic devices are expected to be off and away during the school day, okay? During school hours, they need to be off and away. Any distractions or if it's caught out, it can be confiscated and they'll have to go get it at the end of the day. The students get it back at the end of the day, but they have to remember to go stop by the office and get it. Since we are a Ville school, all of our students and instructional staff receive an iPad as long as all the paperwork that you all have, that parents and student has completed, an iPad and a charger that they're expected to bring back and forth between home and school. That being said, they need to bring it fully charged, but bring the charger as well in case it starts running down because they're watching videos or what have you to class. They can take their drawstring backpack that comes with the iPad that we're going to give them. They can use that drawstring backpack to go to class. Any other backpacks need to remain in their lockers. What they'll carry are very few notebooks and a writing utensil, maybe even a folder. That's it. Maybe about 3 inches thick of work in their hand to be able to go class to class. We have cut down on the time it takes to transition from class to class because it becomes excessive and it loses instructional time. We go from class to class to class immediately and get started. Um, if your child has forgotten their device for the day, they go and visit the VIL's office and retrieve and ask permission to get a day user. It is just for the day. Parent, you will be contacted to let you know that, hey, your child has to use a day user today. Please, can you help remind them to bring their iPad tomorrow? If it is day after day, they keep forgetting, it's going to be more calls to you and more specific. Help us help you. The agreement was that we'll help make sure it's in with them daily and they're using it daily or what have you. But we do not hinder them with their educational process. They become a day user and use that device and are on task and ready to go. That does get dropped off on the way home before they leave for the day, and we collect those and they're good to go. Just try to remember to bring it every day. We do keep track of those, and we don't want that to be an issue. Students follow their schedule on a daily basis. Now, typically, sixth graders, they'll go to their first core class, they go to their second core class, which is first period or second period or what have you, and then they'll go to their related arts class and then a pathways class, and within that time frame, they'll have lunch. And then they'll return on team and finish their third core class for fifth period and their sixth core class, their fourth core class, which is their sixth period class, okay? And then it's time for dismissal. So they've gone through go, pretty fast, okay? Um, if they are in a music program, band, chorus, or orchestra, just know their related arts are year round. If they're in a rotating related arts, it is by 12 weeks, 12-week rotations. There is Spanish, public speaking, PE, visual arts. And I forget one more. I'm forgetting one more. I can't believe I'm forgetting one more. It'll come to me in a second. But those are the rotating related arts. And they will be able to go into those particular related arts when outside of their explore time. And the exploration classes, they will learn more math, science, technology related courses to be able to move forward and learn about what health sciences are and what is in the health science field or what is in the engineering and design field, what is in the business and communication field. I'm so excited to see this. You'll learn more about that as we go. Before I go on, school ends at 2:20. But there are 3 different dismissals. And what happens with that? The first dismissal is bus riders. Students will come out door 1, get on their buses, and those will go off to campus. And then we'll call for a dismissal 2, which is our walkers. Those walkers will also go out door 1 when the buses are gone, and they'll start walking off of our campus and getting out of the way of any transit, okay? Then the car riders or any after school program participants. Those car riders will come out door 3, will escort them out, and they'll head out and get in their cars and be off campus. Typically, they don't come out of the building until 2:25, but they're done by 2:35, 2:40. And there's nobody here. So parents, if you don't want to stand in a long line for a long time, if you come at 2:40, there'll be no one in line. You'll be able to pull right up to door 3 and your kid will get in and you'll get right off campus. Otherwise, if you come around 2 o'clock, it's already going to be back down the street, down Lee's Lane toward the railroad tracks, and you'll be in line until about 2:35. Okay, just letting you know how that works. After school participants, again, they leave during third dismissal and they go to the cafeteria until their sponsor comes and picks them up, and then they go to the activity and go from there. Okay, first day of school. If your child is likely to ride a bus to or from school, I I beg you, plead with you, please let them get on the bus to and from school the first week of school. so that they get to know their bus driver gets to know them, they get to know their bus stop, they get to know where the bus stop in the neighborhood, as well as where the bus lines up in our bus circle in the afternoon. They don't change order, they just need to know where to go. Oh yeah, I remember. It's on the left side, on this side of the bus porch, and they go directly there, so they get used to that. If they don't get on the bus the first week of school, they typically become frazzled and are not sure. Now, I want you to know, parents, sixth graders on the first week of school, we are extra cautious and we don't roll anything until every sixth grader is where they're supposed to be. We watch them, we let them out before the seventh and eighth graders get to move so that we make sure that it's less people in the hallways and they get all the attention they need so that they get exactly where they need. We practice all day long on where is your bus? How are you getting home? Let's make sure we know exactly that. Okay. So, another thing about riding the bus, if you go on Bus Finder, again, to go on Bus Finder, go to jefferson.kyschools.us, click on Parents, scroll down to Bus Finder, and click on what a bus serves my student. Does my student ride? Type in your address on where your child is residing, and up to about three different bus stops will come in proximity to where the house is. Okay, um, reference that, like to see which one is closest or what have you. Maybe it's a easier walkway, or maybe a friend lives in this direction, so you'll go with them or what have you. There's a couple things. If it says no bus stop available, please call 485-7055. That is transportation, and they will help assist you. But please know, the bus finder is open as of today. They are still creating bus stops for the upcoming school year. If you are a student transfer, you must provide your own transportation. Again, if you were granted a student transfer, you must provide your own transportation. If you live within a mile of the school, they will not provide a bus to you. Again, if you live within a mile radius of the school, they will not provide a bus to you. Let me talk about that carpool lane again one more time. In the morning, if this is Cane Run Road, and you come down Lee's Lane, which is across from Rockford, come down Lee's Lane, and there'll be crossing guards right about here. You'll be able to make a left in here. The door 3 is right here where the start is. We need you to fill up this entire area from door 5 all the way over here to that corner, and then let out. What we have found is when one person pulls here and lets their one kid out and then goes, and then another person waits and goes, it backs this up so bad that it is all the way out Cane Run, and it makes everyone frustrated and upset and angry and not a very pleasant day. We understand that. So, what we really need you to do, we are asking you to do, and we've been practicing this all year and it's worked all last year, is that once you get on this corner inside here, pull all the way up to this cone, and then all once this whole entire thing is filled, everyone get out at one time. All the students get out. That means I can empty out about 10 to 12 cars at one time. All 10 to 12 cars then start rolling on and getting off the campus. 10 to 12 more cars pull in, empty out, empty out, empty out, and then go. This light should be in our favor to be able to turn and get off our campus altogether, so that you're on your merry way and what you have to do for the day, and you're not frustrated. You're like, wow, that's pretty easy because everyone pulled up. So I ask you to make sure that you pull all the way up, and then let everyone out at one time, and then pull on out. Do not stop short to let your check. Well, that's too far. Do you know how much they walk in our building all day long? They walk a lot in that big old building when they can walk from here to that door. No problem, okay? We talked about the first day of school already. We mask because Jefferson County Public Schools is currently Jefferson County is in the red. All persons within the school building are required to have a mask. Whether you're coming in to visit, pick up someone, drop off something, are a student here, our staff here, you are required to wear a mask. We will provide a mask for you at all times to make sure that you have what you need and go from there. Um, your child comes in, we don't argue with them or what have you. We just hand out masks to them and they wear them and they don't have a problem. But please watch for any updates on changes in the mask status, okay? But masks are required and we provide them. You can wear your own or you can get one from us each day. Also, Farnsley is a uniform school. And as a uniform school, we wear polo or Oxford style tops. Our tops are in the color, a solid color, black, white, gold, or gray, royal blue, navy blue, baby blue. Logos, if you have a logo on the upper left lapel, it must be no larger than a thumbprint size, okay? You can wear a quarter zip or crew neck sweatshirt, quarter zip pullover or crew neck sweatshirt in any of those solid colors. Someone did ask, what is a quarter zip? Let me tell you the distinction. If it zips or unbuttons all the way down and opens up, that's not a quarter zip. If it goes partially, that is a quarter zip, okay? And that is considered, that is uniform. We do not allow jackets or coats, and that's the distinction. We don't allow jackets and coats in the classroom. You can wear it to school, it just needs to go in your locker. But you can wear quarter zips all day long in class. Any Farnsley Spirit shirts are appropriate. I've put up a couple of pictures here of those things so you can reference. Also, the bottoms are slacks, shorts, skirts, or skirts in the color of black, navy blue, or khaki. And again, here's some examples. Shorts or skirts needs to be fingertip long or longer. So if you put your hands down to your sides, if they at least touch your fingertips or go longer, then you're good. If not, you need to address that and get that changed. Tennis shoes let me say this, shoes must cover your toes and your heels at all times. Tennis shoes are easiest and best. No Crocs or flip-flops or sandals are allowed, okay? And if you have trouble walking in them, probably not uniform. You might want to just get comfortable, honestly. On Fridays, we have Jeans Day. Every Friday is a Jeans Day and a cost of $1. Students pay $1 as they enter the building. The jeans have to be blue jeans, okay? Now, I know the fashion. And fashion is changing every year, but holes are a thing now. And a lot of times you can't find jeans without holes in them. Here's the rule. You can wear them as long as if there are holes above the knee, you need to be creative and not allow skin to show. What do I mean? Well, if you have holes below the knee, it's fine. We don't care. If it's above the knee, then you need to wear leggings or tights or shorts underneath those jeans to cover the skin that is showing above your knee. That's the bottom line. Otherwise, you're good to go. Tops that you wear on these Jeans Day are still the Farnsley approved uniform tops, whether it's the polo, the sweatshirt, or the Farnsley shirt, Farnsley Spirit shirt. Any one of those are appropriate. Any regular top that you would wear on a regular school day, that's appropriate. Students not participating in Jeans Day, they just wear their regular uniform bottoms. You don't think that your child will be ostracized or, oh no, my kid is going to be looked at because they don't have on jeans today. No, we get an average about 250 students out of 1,000 that participate in Jeans Day. The rest of them just wear uniform. They just wear uniform. It's not greatly popular because it happens every Friday, and the money goes toward the cost of students participating in any after-school clubs or activities. So that does help offset that to keep that cost down. On the first, really your school supplies, what will you really need? $10 instructional fee, 1 pack of wide ruled notebook paper, 1 box of colored pencils, 2 1-subject spiral notebooks, 2 1-subject composition notebooks, 2 2-pocket folders, 24 number 2 pencils. But I ask you not to bring those until your lockers are issued to you, which won't be issued until the second week of school. What you need on the first week of school will be a notebook, a folder, and a writing utensil. Again, a notebook, a folder, and a writing utensil is what you need the first week of school. When lockers are assigned to you, there may be a great chance that your student may have to share a locker with another student depending on the number of lockers and the number of students. We pair up males with males and females with females. We don't typically mix the two. Lockers will be distributed the second week, and will be located right outside your team, right on your team area, or really close to your team area. So at that time, when we do give the lockers out by the second week, then go ahead and send in your school supplies for them to load their locker and drop off their backpack and their jackets or what have you, and carry what they need. On a daily basis, students will only visit their locker before and after school. Carrying a few notebooks and the iPad from class to class will not be a hindrance. They will have that drawstring backpack that will issue them with their iPad, and iPads will be distributed the last week of August. Make sure you have paperwork completed before then so that you are good to go. Cell phone policy, again, must be off and away. If it is out or if it goes off, it can be confiscated for the day. It will be confiscated for the day. And at that time, it is the child's responsibility to pick it up after school at their dismissal from the office. They just swing by the office, sign their name or what have you, and they get their confiscated items. Repeat offenses will result in progressive discipline. If a parent or guardian needs to give a message to their student, notes are given to the students no later than 2 o'clock each day. Please call the office at 502-485-8242 to give that message. Like, hey, can you ask my child to be a car rider today? Or tell them that they need to make sure they pick up this on the way. No problem. We'll give all of that information to them, but we don't give those out until 2 o'clock that day. If it is an emergency case and you must talk to your child on our school phone for emergency cases, we discourage you to call for emergencies. But discourage them coming out of classroom, let me say that again. We discourage your child from coming out of the classroom to take phone calls unless it is an emergency basis. And at that time, we do pair them with a counselor because being an emergency, we fear that something more could disturb them, and we want to have someone there to address. Breakfast and lunch are free at our school. We encourage all students to participate in that. Lunches are assigned during designated grade levels. So sixth grade go to lunch at one time, seventh grade another time, eighth grade at a different time. Student physicals, all incoming sixth graders are required to submit a copy of the school physical. Anyone interested in trying out for any athletic team anytime this school year, it is a great idea to go ahead and get that sports physical taken care of. It is a different form than the regular school physical immunization. It is a sports physical. So please make sure you get those different things taken care of. Sixth grade students must have updated required immunizations and copy given to the school. If you have any concerns or questions, we ask that you reach out to us. We really, really, really strive to work with you and want the best for your child. To stay connected with the things that we have going on, we ask that you sign up for School Connects. I do a weekly school news report that goes out on School Messenger and School Connects and on Farnsley.us. Be sure to sign up for that. And our website is Farnsley.us, as I said, and refer to this page for any general information. Email to any staff member is their first name dot last name. Every now and then they have a number behind it, like mine is Carolyn.Smith2, because there's more than one Carolyn Smith in the district. And the end of that is at Jefferson.kyschools.us. Now, Farnsley, there's our address, and that is the phone number to the school. We do have we have a website page. We have a Twitter and Instagram is at Farnsley Middle S. Our Facebook page is at Farnsley Middle School. So please keep up with all of that. I want to thank you for your time and your attention today, and make sure that you reach out to us for any comments, questions, or concerns. Don't forget, first day of school is August 10th. Looking forward to seeing you. Thank you.